Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn as to how to compute income from salary. This is video number 19. We are going to solve problem number 10. Mrs. Rashmi is working in a company in Bangalore. Population exceeds 25 lakh. When population is given, it means there is a possibility of house or accommodation being owned by the employer. If the accommodation is owned by the employer, population comes into picture for the valuation of accommodation. She furnished following details for her salary for the previous year 2019-20. Net salary is given. What we need is salary before deductions. Therefore, we have to add back everything. So net salary is 1,54,000. 16,000 is deducted for income tax. 25,000 towards contribution to recognized provident fund, and 14,000 as rent of bungalow. So if that is the case, all the three values have to be added back, and then you have to calculate the salary before deduction. Bonus 15,000, that is taxable. Conveyance allowance 7,000 per annum is granted, whereas she spent 5,000 for official purpose. So 5,000 minus 7,000 minus 5,000, that is taxable. That is 2,000 is taxable. Company reimbursed medical bills of 22,000. Treatment was done in private hospital. Entire 22,000 are taxable. Actually earlier out of 22,000, 15% would have been exempt, but now that has been changed. Now whatever the amount reimbursed by the employer, when the treatment is given in a private hospital, entire amount is taxable. She lived in a bungalow owned by the company, fair rent of which is 12,000 per month. So when fair rent is given, it means it is owned by the SSE. So if it is owned by the SSE, what you have to consider is population. And in the very first sentence it is given population exceeds 25 lakh. And therefore, for the purpose of valuation of accommodation, you have to apply the percentage. So if the population is more than 25 lakh, you have to apply 15% of salary. Okay, then the company has provided on this bungalow. By the way, it is not a rent-free accommodation. Rent is collected from the employee. It is given in the very first sentence. First, you have to calculate the value of rent-free accommodation. Then you have to deduct 14,000 as rent of bungalow. So you will get concession, a value of concessional accommodation. The company has provided on this bungalow facility of a gardener and a watchman who are paid 300 per month and 500 per month respectively. That means 300 into 12. Similarly, 500 into 12 both are taxable. Company paid with respect of this bungalow rupees 3,000 as electricity bill and 5,000 for water bill. Both are taxable. So these values are not per month, rather they are per annum. Therefore, you need not multiply that with 12. So you have to be very careful whether the value is per month or for the full year. So if nothing is mentioned, we can assume that it is for the entire year. This year 500 per month, 300 per month is given. So there you have to multiply the values by 12. Companies provided a car of 1.4 cc for official and personal purposes. 1.4 cc means it is a small car. 1.6 or lesser than that means it is small car. If the cubic capacity of the engine of the car is more than 1.6 cc, then it is called bigger car. So you have smaller car and the valuation rate is 1,800 per month because the expenses are met by the company only. All the expenses of the car, including driver's salary, are borne by the company. Therefore, 1,800 into 12, and then driver's salary. Okay, it is 900 per month into 12. So that way you have to value the car. The following amounts were deposited in a provident fund account. Company's contribution 35,000. So here, company means employer. Employer's contribution to provident fund above 12%. This is recognized provident fund. At the beginning only it is given. So employer's contribution about 12% is taxable. So you have to find out what is 12% of salary of the employee, and then you have to compare that with 35,000. If there is more amount, the difference is to be taken as taxable amount. Interest at 10.5% per annum amounted to 10,500 rupees. So interest credited over and above 9.5% is taxable. So 10.5% minus 9.5%, that means 1% is taxable. Now how to calculate? So 10.5 is equal to 10,500. 1% is equal to what? So that way you have to calculate. Okay, and you have to arrive at the value. So 10.5 is equal to 10,500. 1% is equal to what? So in that way you have to calculate. Alright. The company paid 3,000 as school fee of her children. 30,000 as a school fee of her children. So entire amount is taxable because we assume here the school is not owned by the SSC, and therefore it is outside school. So whatever fees has been paid by the employee, that is being paid, reimbursed by the company or borne by the company. During the year, she paid 12,000 as installment of loan taken for his house construction. So installment here we assume that full principal amount. So that is coming under 80C. Profession tax paid by her amounted to rupees 2,000. So profession tax also that comes under deduction of salary. Gross salary minus professional tax and entertainment allowance if the employee is a government employee. Okay, compute taxable salary and deduction under section 80C for the year 2021. Alright, see the solution already explained. Net salary is given there 1,54,000. So you have to add back income tax, contribution to recognized provident fund 25,000. This is how this also comes under 80C. Alright, rent of bungalow, it is 14,000. It's given, and therefore you have to add back all these things, and then you will get the salary before deduction 2,09,000. Bonus 15,000 taxable. Conveyance allowance, yes, 7,000 is taken, then used for official purpose is deducted, then remaining amount is taxable. Supposing the entire amount is utilized for official purposes, nothing is taxable. Okay, yes. Then employer's contribution to recognized provident fund, it's given, you did not calculate 35,000. But now you have to calculate what is 12% of salary, because to that extent it is exempt, over and above that is taxable. So here what is salary? Salary is nothing but 2,09,000 salary before any deductions. So normally it consists of basic, that part of DA which enters into retirement benefit, that part of DP which enters into retirement benefits, and commission based on turnover. So all the three should be added, and that is the salary. So here no such things are there except 2,09,000. So gross salary or salary before deduction rather. So of that 12% you have to calculate. That comes to 25,080. That means anything above 12% of the salary of the employee is 9,920. It is taxable. Interest on recognized provident fund in excess of 9.5%. So it is given 10.5% is equal to 10,500. What is 1%? So 10,500 divided by 10.5 into 1. And what you get is 1,000 rupees. Reimbursement of medical bills, entire 22,000 are deductible. Earlier till last year, whatever treatment is given in the case of, in case the treatment is given in a private hospital, then up to 15,000, the amount reimbursed by the employer was taxable. But now, whatever may be the reimbursement, entire amount is taxable in the hands of employer. Entire 22,000 are taxable. Value of accommodation, it's owned. Therefore, we have to go for salary. Salary of employee. Population, that is more than 25 lakh. Therefore, 15% you have to calculate. 15% of salary. Salary here means basic and all taxable allowances, like, and including bonus, commission, etc., but excluding park visits and contribution to provident fund and all those things. Okay, here it means 2,09,000, 15,000, all taxable allowances, so 2,000. Then yes, only that much. Yes, so that comes to 2,26,000. Separately, working note has been given. We'll pick it up later on. 15% of that, 33,900. That is the per visit value. But rent is collected from Rashmi in the very first sentence. Here also you can note 14,000 is paid towards rent. So 14,000 should be deducted. Therefore, concessional value of accommodation is 19,900. Gardener's salary 300 into 12. Watchman's salary 500 into 12. Electricity bill and water bill both are taxable. Motor car, I told you already, small car, therefore 1,800 per month. If it is bigger car, if cubic capacity is more than 1.6 cc, then the value would have been 2,400 into 12. Here car is small, therefore into 12. Similarly, driver's salary 900 into 12. So if you simplify the calculation, that will come to 32,400. Education fee of children, entire 30,000 is assumed to be taxable. Okay, gross salary is 3,58,820. Deductions under section 16. Only two items are there. One is professional tax 2,000 and other one is standard deduction. Till recently standard deduction was not there, but of late it is given as deduction from gross salary. Therefore, it is 50,000. Till last year it was 40,000. Now it is 50,000. So 52,000 should be deducted from 3,58,820. So you will get 3,06,820. That is a taxable salary. Okay, what is salary for rent-free accommodation? So basic, then 15,000 bonus and taxable allowance. So together 2,26,000. Accommodation is owned by the employer and therefore cost per visit value is 15% of salary as the population is more than 25 lakh. If the population is more than 25 lakh, 15% of salary. If it is more than 10 lakh but not more than 25 lakh, then it is 10%. And if the population is less than, say, 10 lakh or less, 7.5% of salary. But here it is more than 25 lakh, population is more than 25 lakh, therefore the rate applicable is 15%. Alright, deduction under 80C, housing loan repayment, we assume that it is principal amount 12,000, contribution to recognized provident fund 25,000. So together it is 37,000. It's assumed that school fee of our children is in other educational institution in the locality. So actual cost is the per visit value of this facility. Okay, if the educational institution is owned by the employer and if the value of that is not more than 1,000, up to 1,000 per child it is exempt. But here it is not like that. We assume that education is given outside the employer's premises. Therefore, actual cost is taken as per visit value. So by this I have completed this problem. Yes. Thank you.